Morning, everyone. Morning. Hope everyone's well on this Easter Monday. Happy Easter to everyone. Make sure all you workers out there are having a chill out day with your family before you all go back to work tomorrow. Hope everyone's had a fantastic 4 days off. And yeah, there you go. So we're back today. It's a one and only of the week as Mr. Cookie's going on holiday in about 4 hours' time, and Mr. Sheriff will be working. So we've come on this morning. We are going to open. Go on. Yeah, well, allegedly working. Yeah, he is at work though. We're going to open the phone lines up this morning. The lines in a bit to see if anyone wants to come on. Like I say, it's the last one until Tuesday week. 7-8 days. There won't be anything for. But the plan is for me personally, to come back on the Tuesday morning, the 14th. For the next breakfast brunch. That's when it will be, April the 14th at 9:30 a.m. I also know Mark's going to have a word with Nige to see if maybe they can do the watch along for the Sunderland game either on this channel or on Nige's channel, one or the other. So keep your eyes peeled because they'll advertise it where it's going to be and so on and so forth. So good morning to everyone. Mark, how are you this morning, mate?
All good, mate. Weather report, sunny.
Nice. Nice. I like
it. Was forecast for that today. It was sun all day, which is nice.
Yeah, it's sort of out here. It's trying to break through, to be honest with you. It's a bit cloudy.
There's a few clouds about, but it is bright and sunny.
It's chilly last night, wasn't it? Up here.
It is still chilly.
Last night up here.
Yeah.
It was.
I think we had a little bit of a frost.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
So what you been up to then, mate? Tell me. We haven't really spoke much.
No. Well, obviously I didn't come on. My intention was to come on the call-in show, but the Amstel effect come into play, and I thought I'd better not.
People, he did say to me, "I'm going to pop on the call-in show." Yeah, blah blah blah. I knew he weren't. He was out on the Amstel. There was no way in this world that he was coming on that call-in show on whenever it was, Friday night.
The intent was there, though.
Eh?
The intent was there.
It's always there, mate.
Yeah, the intent's always there, but like whether it happens or not is two different things.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's it. There you go. What can you do?
I had a bit of Amstel effect, so I thought I'd better not.
Yeah, better stay away, you thought.
Yeah.
Happy days. Yeah. Happy days. Going to say a few hellos, mate, before we get cracking?
I will do. First in was Sporting. Big up.
Big up to you, Sporting. I'll tell you what I'm going to do while you're doing that, Mark.
Yes.
You carry on, Mark. You carry on, mate.
Oh, and he's doing my job again, look. Or your job.
I've done my job in the bottom there. Happy days. Have some of that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in about 40 minutes, I suppose. Jimmy's in.
Big up, Jim. Morning, mate.
Sunny
well, Jim. Morning.
The whole country's sunny. I'll tell you what I did see yesterday. There was a Scottish Premier League game on. Was it whoever's Hearts and somebody?
Yeah.
But Hearts were away wherever they were. And they were doing like a preview for the game. And there was a blizzard up there.
Kilmarnock, wasn't it?
Livingston or something, wasn't it?
Or Livingston, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I see a snowstorm going on.
Yeah, they were doing a preview for the game and it was belting down with snow. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, mate. That's the way it goes. What can you do?
Yeah.
Big up to you anyway, Jim. Morning to you, mate.
Big up, Lee.
Morning, Lee. Hope you're well, mate.
Morning.
Big up to you, Lee.
Big up, Rodney.
Rodders is in. Big up, Rodders. Good
everyone
to see
get
you,
over and sub to Lee.
Yep, get over there. Get over. Give Lee a sub. It makes his day. There we go. Anthony's in. Big up, Anthony.
You put StreamYard link in, did you?
Oh, yeah. I didn't mess about, mate. It went straight
No, I
in
never
there.
sent this to you, so how did you fathom that?
Look, don't you worry about that, mate. I've been working on my technological skills. Don't you worry about that.
So I ain't got to send you it anymore.
Well, I know how to do it now anyway. So, yeah, there you go.
Well, that's something I didn't know, mate. You've shocked me.
Well, there you go.
Absolutely shocked me
There
doing
you
that.
go.
I can't even see it yet. Give it another 20 minutes and I'll probably get to
now
it.
you know what I've been doing over Easter. It took me 4 days out of work out to put the lid in. Oh dear. What we like, eh?
Right, Wembers is in. YouTube member, big up.
I as well. The missus has risen. I can hear her. She's looking forward to her holiday, mate. She's ready to go. She's ready to go.
I bet
you can hear her making her coffee out in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Cookie?
Mallorca, Magaluf.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, nice week. You know what it's like. You find these deals from time to time, you know, and it just so happens that in my lifetime of retirement, that the missus happened to find a little 5-star gig on Magaluf. So very reasonable as well. So yeah, we're going there.
Me and my missus are going to Turkey a week on Saturday.
Nice.
And we got on a Black Friday deal, so it's a lot cheaper than it probably would be any other time.
That's good. Yeah. Let me give you one word of thingy before you go, though. All right, brush your hair. All right.
Bloody. How long's Portugal away?
Couple of hours.
Days? No. For us, 70 days, isn't it? Till we go there.
So it's not long. Yeah, it's not
a couple of months, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of months. June, isn't it? Beginning of June.
Yeah, June.
Looking forward to that, mate. I'll tell you.
I had a holiday for about 5 years, mate.
There you go. Be 2 in 2 months for me. I'm well looking forward to it.
I bet
are you two doing a stream when you're in Portugal?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, well.
Maybe.
I'm going to take my iPad.
There you go. That'll do.
Get it sussed out on that. So maybe it depends how drunk I am over there.
I'll get him to set them up and I'll do them, mate.
You should do a drunk stream, couldn't you?
We could yeah. And no mud in the pub special.
Yeah. No mud in the pub Portugal special.
That's it. Lads on tour.
Yeah.
You clicking, Sheriff, or what?
Yes, I am.
There you go.
See who else is in.
Dan Jones is out.
The original YouTube member.
Morning, Marianne. Morning.
We remember. Oh, Anthony's. You're on it.
Anthony's in.
Yeah, I'll put that comment down before I come on. Yeah.
That was like 40 minutes ago, probably. Oh no, 13 minutes ago.
Only 13 minutes behind, Sheriff.
Yeah, only.
There we go, guys. Loads of comments in here this morning.
Yeah, there is.
Jeez.
I'll just see. I'm just going through them. I'm going to miss some out.
I can do me whizzy if you want. I'll do the whizzy if you want.
Shamtan, big up.
Big up, Shem. Morning to you, mate.
And just up Sully. Morning. Oh, Pete
morning,
as
Sully.
Well.
Morning, mate.
Pete, big up. Sully. Ghosted.
Has Pete had a good weekend?
We'll ask him in a minute. We'll ask him in a minute. See how he's doing. There's a little comment from Jimmy down the bit further down. You'll love it.
Lee, big up.
Pete's all right. He don't mind a bit of a wind up. Do you know what I mean?
We're only jealous because we not got that far.
He's probably gutted. To be fair, I'd be gutted if I was. I'll tell you what, right? Just on that subject,
big
right?
up, Kate.
This is the morning, Kate. This is when, right, you look at fans, in all seriousness, right, you look at what Arsenal have been doing this year, right, whether you like them or whether you don't, top of the league, in the Champions League, they was in 2 cups, on for the quad, right? So they've gone out of the FA Cup and they've gone out of the League Cup. And when you see some of their YouTubers, and when I say some of their YouTubers, I mean that, but have got fucking standards, right? They're getting beat in a cup final and they are, in a semi-final, and they are absolutely livid.
I know.
That their team ain't winning. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I call when you're rolling along like they are. And don't get me wrong, they haven't won anything yet. Yeah,
but we would love to be in their position, wouldn't we,
mate? And this is what I'm talking about, standards, Anthony. When you talk about Spurs, and we talk about Spurs like we do, these lads have been winning all season. Do you know what I mean? And now they've lost a couple of games, and it's like, whoa, the bum's going. But the fans themselves, the YouTubers, I don't mind saying, you got your league gunners, major league judges giving it the fucking give it, mate. And they'll give it to them as well. Do you know what I mean? And that's where we've got to get to.
The one who lives in Spain, is always angry.
Lee's always angry.
Yeah, he's always angry.
Listen, a lot of people don't like the way he comes across because he can be so brazen, if you like, if that's the right word.
Which one's that?
Lee Gunner.
Right?
But
he lives in Spain.
In fairness to Lee, right, and what I will say is, in fairness to Lee, he only wants better for his football club. Always. It don't matter how good they are, though, Mark. He always wants better.
Yeah. But that's what we mean. Well, that's why we moan and groan on here a lot.
But what's wrong with that as a fan?
No.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
If you support a club, you should be expecting the best for your club, where you want them to do your best. Obviously, you've got to know your pecking order in the scale of things.
Yeah.
But you should want the best of what you can achieve.
Arsenal fans, when they go into meltdown, they get a lot more support from other fans because they're only entertainment when they're having a complete meltdown. There's a few of them that go a bit over the top about it.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. There is, Anthony. But this is what I'm saying. When you listen to them, you'll think, and you're right, what you say, you'll think to yourself, God, this is well over the top. They're top of the league. They're in the Champions League, whatever, quarterfinals. They've been in the later stages of the FA Cup and obviously the League Cup final. But it's just the standards, Anthony, the standards of the fans. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of them that maybe haven't got that standard. But when you do listen to a lot of these Arsenal YouTubers, and they're just like us, mate, as Tottenham fans, they're passionate. They want the best for their club. But what I'm saying is, look at where they are to where we are, and then when they're going out of cups and whatever, and when the performances are not there, they are the first ones on the wagon to say, "Oi, come on, what's going on here?" Do you know what I mean? Lee, and I don't mind paraphrasing Lee. Lee would be the first one, because I watch him a lot, and Lee doesn't know me, right? But he'd be the first one to come on there and say, "Come on, we've got to do better. What's going on?" Do you know what I mean? And I think fans like that, they're just winners, and they want to win and they want better for their club. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
Which one is it you used to play football against?
Lee Judges.
Lee Judges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you told me that story.
Lee's the same man.
I like him. He talks a lot. He talks a lot of sense. There's some of them that just rant and rave and don't really talk a lot of sense. But there's a few of them like Lee Judges, and I like that Dan Potts as well.
I was just going to say Lee and Dan. I don't know Dan, but Lee I know from a long time ago. I know he's a winner. Yeah, because I know what he used to be like on the football pitch many years ago. He is a winner. Yeah, and he wants his team to win, and he wants his team to be at the top of their game 98% of the time. But the problem is with Arsenal, you see, they've got the squad there.
Yeah.
Right? They've got the squad. They've got no excuses for not winning a couple of trophies this season, and they might still well do. Right? But when it drops off, they're on it. They're on it straight away. And we don't do that. Could you imagine now if we were Arsenal? If Tottenham were Arsenal now and we was top of the league, Champions League, still rolling, but we'd just been knocked out of the FA Cup and the League Cup. It'd be, well, don't worry, lads, we're still in these two. We still might win something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas they are, let's win it all. Come on, no, if we can't win 4, let's win 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, just the standards of it, mate.
I've had a delightful weekend winding all my alleged Arsenal friends up. It's been lovely.
I know, but it's funny on Saturday night.
I was offering to buy them all bottles in the pub yesterday. I offered to buy them all a bottle.
You offered to buy them all a bottle.
Well, it's funny, quickly, when we were on Saturday night, we were saying about, we were all laughing at Arsenal and stuff. And it was nice. It was nice. But in a way, it was like, we can bloody talk, can't we? We're probably the last ones to be able to wind Arsenal.
Joey's on the way down to Mark's, but
he is. He's coming down to Weymouth. It's literally 40 minutes on track, 40, 50 minutes on a train for me. That is 25 mile down the road.
There you go.
That's my local seaside from where I live.
Why
been there many times.
I can't find you on here, Sheriff.
Hey?
I'm looking for the highlighted. Where are you? Down the bottom. Oh, I found it now. Bloody hell, you got a long way down in the old chat. Happy days.
Yeah, mate. I've been missing out the ones when they're talking to each other. Just, that don't really need to be brought up on
Right,
screen.
lads, I'm off. See you later. Come on, Pete. Be brave. Take it.
No, he's not going anywhere. Well, put it this way. Before the show started, I watched, there's a little 6 or 7 minute clip of AFTV. There's Robbie and there's Lee Judges, and they're being interviewed by, is it Cecil, the young one?
Yeah.
Right, and Lee Judges is having it large on there.
Is that AFTV?
Yeah. It was a clip from AFTV.
Yeah.
It was only like 6 or 7 minutes. Robbie's saying like something about the players, and Lee Judges is saying, "Nah, come on, we were only playing like Southampton."
Yeah, Robbie said the team that Mick Arteta put out should be beating Southampton.
Yeah.
And Lee Judges was like disagreeing with him, basically.
Yeah.
There you go, mate. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know. They're going to disagree, aren't they? At the end of the day, they want to win everything.
I will admit, even though like obviously we don't like Arsenal, I still enjoy watching like AFTV. I always watch Best of Enemies with Expressions and Robbie and that.
Oh yeah,
every Friday when it comes out. Funny as anything, that is.
Nice.
I like DR Sports. I watch DR Sports now and again. I see little clips come up on my phone.
Yeah. Well, that's Robbie's other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, people in the chat, don't forget to hit the like button. Like we said, last stream till April the 14th today. So get that like button smashed. Hit that sub button for us if you haven't, because we've been off for a couple of days over Easter, and I'm watching the sub count dropping. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'd one of mine dropped yesterday. I had 95, and I was like, only 5 till 100, and then one dropped off. I was like, what?
Yeah.
But then you did say it does happen with YouTube.
It does, yeah. We've had 2 or 3 drop off, but it is what it is. I don't know if it's YouTube or whether people just unsubscribe, whatever it is anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, we're at what we at 11:23, I think, or 11:22. So
something like that, isn't it?
It's about time we had a couple of subs from somewhere. And like I say, hit that like button and you can listen to Anthony and Sheriff talk. There you go.
You know Dermot from THFC Till I Die?
Yeah, Dermo, yeah.
He emailed me and asked me if I wanted to do join his show and do a few shows with him. And help him prep his channel and all this stuff. He said he really likes my shows and stuff, and he's looking for someone else to come on and cover him when he's not available and stuff. And I thought, that sounds pretty cool.
There you go. Speak to him, mate. Speak to him.
Yeah.
Why not? Speak to him. Have I upset Pete here? Have I upset Pete? Lee Judges, Lee Gunner can kiss my ass. Effing fair weather scumbags. If they can't support us when we lose, don't bother when we win. See, I look at it a bit differently, Pete, to be honest with you. I just think they want better all the time. Doesn't matter how good you are, I just think they want better. And they're just a bit like, I suppose, our Sava breaks down a show, after a game. And they do it similarly, I suppose. I don't know. And again, Pete, I don't mind saying that some people will look at them and think, it's well over the top. Do you know what I mean? But Lee Judges, especially, I don't know Lee Gunner, but Lee Judges, I know Lee from back in the day. And he's always been like that, Pete. He's very passionate about Arsenal. There's no 2 ways about it whatsoever. So
is you got no contact with him, have you?
I'm trying to get in contact with him. People are trying to get hold of him for me, but
would he even know who you are, mate? I know you used to play football.
He may not do. he may not do, because there was when I was playing for Eleanor Crossback at the time, and he was playing for a team called Pengelly. There were, if you like, I was just a little whippersnapper on the left-hand side that was running drunk blokes, ragged up and down the left-hand side. Do you know what I mean? But there was, if you like, bigger and better players in our team that he would recognise the names from. But I know him. That's the main thing. So I've spoke to him briefly a couple of times, you know. Bear in mind, Lee, I remember Lee's, if I remember rightly, like I say, I was just like a skinny whippersnapper running down. But he was a really tall bloke, always had that bald head, even back then. Had a bald head, no hair on his head, but he was an imposing figure on the football field, if you know what I mean. And he could play football and all. To be fair to him, he could play football, but he looks
like someone you don't really want to mess with on the football field.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I was only young. I wasn't worried about kicking people then, Anthony. I was more worried about scoring goals and winning football games. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. When you look at it that way, he was one of them that you was on the pitch and you'd be like that, Lee, Anthony.
So say again, so.
I'd say he's one of them when you're on the pitch. Yeah. It's almost like he's the giant. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he was necessarily that big, but he was a big lad, and he gave that, like you say, that imposing figure about it. But fair play to him.
Yeah.
Morning, Darren.
Morning.
Hope you're well, mate.
We got Darren. We
There
got Bingo.
It's all go. Let's see if City do win the Prem. Big up, Binny. Morning to you, mate. I ain't seen you for a while, Bins. Hope you're well. Cookie, mate, we want all our teams to win. The issue with judges, they demand it. The sense of entitlement with them is mind-boggling. Yeah, well, that is pretty much what I just said, Pete. They demand it, don't they? They just want better all the time. Like, everyone looks at people differently. Do you know what I mean? And I will never slag anyone off that wants better for their club, Pete. But that's just me. That's just me.
Or from AFTV, Ty makes me laugh on me. Some of his delusional stuff he says, I'm like, oh, really? And him and Robbie clash so many times over it. It actually cracks me up.
Ty is best mates with expressions, isn't he? He's real good mates with expressions, yeah. Because I like when expressions does impressions of them. Who's the other one that's on there? It's got a real Jamaican accent.
Don't know. I don't watch it, Mark.
No, I only watch bits of it, but expressions has done like impressions of it, and it just makes me laugh.
There you go. Where are we up to on here? Here we go, yeah.
Down here, mate.
Arsenal domino effect coming soon. You never know.
It is that time of the year now. April and May is normally the bottle season.
This is interesting, right? Because you say that, Mark. It is very interesting because we talk at Spurs, yeah, especially now in the position that we're in, about pressure. Yeah. Right? And can players perform under pressure? Yeah. It's probably the same for Arsenal now.
Yeah, but
they're getting to the business end of the season.
Yeah.
You know, and some people would argue it ain't the players, it's the manager.
Yeah, I think it's the manager.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not a massive fan of Arteta. I'm not.
I think if Arteta don't win nothing, he has had £1 billion spent on him, over £1 billion. Yeah. If you don't win nothing, he'll be gone in the summer.
I'm sure he will be.
The thing is, what would you rather be? Would you rather be the team chasing or the team 9 points clear? You'll take being 9 points clear every day.
You'll have the points in the bag.
Of course.
Yeah.
But we all know. Now, I'm not being disrespectful, but Arsenal haven't won the league for 20 odd years.
I know.
You know, and Man City know how to do it. They're just winners.
But this is but the Man City teams in the past that have chasing Arsenal and Liverpool, this is a totally different Man City team. And sometimes I looked at them and they've dropped points in games they should have won, and I'm not convinced that I think Arsenal still win the league, because I'm not convinced that Man City team have it in them to consistently go at Arsenal. Yeah. Saying that, the last couple of games they've looked impressive.
Yeah, but City normally it's normally a bit earlier for City. They start ramping it up. It's normally like February or just after Christmas. City will go mad and win every game. But they aren't doing it at the moment. The City team this year doesn't look like it used to.
No, they lost a lot of players, didn't they? Like De Bruyne who went and things like that. And they brought players in, and I think and it looks like Guardiola don't look like the same manager at the moment. He's sort of so I don't think he'll be there that much longer. But yeah, I think it's a new it's basically another rebuild for City, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Windows, big up, mate.
It's still a good side though.
As players go, they get players in, didn't they? It's just whether that you can get the players in of the quality that they had before when they were, you know, when it get to February and then they go all the way through the end of the season without losing a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's a bit strange how you know, we have such a good record over City. No matter how well they're doing, we manage to beat them. Yes, that's always baffled me, that.
Pretty much. Perhaps it's all to do with the effort that's put in, mate. Who knows?
Well, you get some clubs like that, don't you? Like Wolves, the last few years with Wolves, we've struggled to beat them, haven't we? So
yeah,
it's strange how you just don't beat a certain club.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I was saying with Chelsea the other day, I was saying with Chelsea, saying to people, we could be top of the league, Chelsea could be bottom of the league, and they'll still beat us.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find out second last game of the season, won't we? If we've got anything to play for, we'll if we're still fighting relegation, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Hey. Just to let everyone know, the link is in the chat again. If anyone wants to pop on, I've whacked it back in again. Come and have your say. Doesn't have to be about Spurs. If you want to talk about anyone, come on and have a chat with us for a bit. We're last show today till the 14th of April. You people who make the show are more than welcome to jump on. Please just have your camera on, though. That is all we ask. There you go.
No, Jose, he's been in bed all weekend.
I'm gonna hop off though. I thought I'd come on quickly for a little bit.
No worries, man.
No worries.
Got to sort the kids out. I'm on tonight at 9 o'clock. If anyone from the chat wants to come on or anything, or talk about anything and stuff, but that'd be great. I don't want to. It's obviously your show, Clitties. I don't want to and Sheriff. I don't want to be like.
No. But you promote your own channel as much as you like.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to come on and just have a chat about anything to do with Spurs or the weekend's football, then they're more than welcome. It'll be great to have people on. So great.
No problem, Anthony. So that's Anthony. Get over to Dr. Tottenham Therapy tonight at 9 o'clock, Anthony.
Yeah, 9 o'clock this evening. Yeah.
I'll even whack your link in the chat.
Give him a watch.
Cheers. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Big up. You too.
All right, Anthony. I'll see you in a bit. You take care, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. There we go. There's Anthony. He's popped in. Get over to his show.
Here we go. I'm just getting his link now, mate.
Yeah, link will be going in the bottom of the chat. And get over and give him a bit of support. See if you can get him to 100 subs tonight. It's always these little like getting to 100, getting to 200, getting to 500. They're all big milestones for YouTube.
It's not easy when you start, is it?
It's not easy at all.
I remember when we was like that.
Yeah.
Is he left, is he?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he's gone. You can drop him off. Yeah. There you go. So if anyone else wants to jump on, the link is somewhere near the bottom of the chat. Hit the thing. Come in and have a chat. Come in and have a chat.
That's the only two games I watched of the FA Cup. I watched the Arsenal game and I watched Leeds and West Ham and Leeds yesterday. That was a hell of a game.
Yeah. It was a great game.
Real entertaining.
Really enjoyed that game.
And I didn't mind that it went to extra time and penalties as well.
No.
I was praying that because it adds minutes in the legs.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you're feeling better, Nige, by the way. Sorry, mate. I didn't know you wasn't well. I didn't mind you. I don't think I spoke to you much over the weekend, but I hope you're feeling better, mate.
Yeah, you see, he was in bed all weekend. Now, that's either a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, yeah, it depends who he's in bed with, doesn't it?
Depends. Yeah.
Exactly. Big up, Raymond. Hope you're well, mate.
Big up, Raymond.
Hope you're well this morning. Yeah, the Zerbi's in. Let's see if they give him the money at the start of next season. Let's see.
I doubt it, innit?
Yeah, I doubt it very much too, Raymond. But we can only live in hope, Raymond. There you go.
Vinders is going out on his run.
He's off. See you later, Vinders. You take care, mate.
The pubs ain't open yet, are they? I know what you're like, mate. You'll be running down the pub.
Here's Steve. If his camera's going to come on, there he is.
Big up,
Steve. Hello, Steve. How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah. What you been up to over Easter? Anything much, mate?
No, went away with my wife last night, so much needed time away together. So that was nice. So
yeah,
for dinner and stuff.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Oh, good, mate. It's nice to get away for a bit, isn't it, Steve? Do you know what I mean? And just have a change of scenery, mate.
The weather's gorgeous where I am here right now. So
lovely. Whereabouts are you, Steve?
Letchworth, Hertfordshire. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's actually beautifully sunny outside today, which is really nice. So
that's beautiful, mate. Good.
I apologise. You might see my cat in amongst the background in a minute. So.
No, you're all right, mate. You're all right, Steve. You're all right.
How are you anyway? You feeling better, Cookie?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, mate. I was as rough as a dog the other day. Honestly, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sit here because I wouldn't have been able to sit here long enough without legging it to the toilet. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm a lot better now. I think I just had a bit of a bug, mate. So
blame the grandkids, mate.
You going away this week?
Yeah, I'm leaving at 1:30. I'm leaving at 1:30. Oh, Mia's in. Morning, Mia. Hope you're well. To Mia.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're just having a chit chat, Mia. You know how it is.
Yeah, I thought I'd come and join you. I've just got back from my dog walk at the beach.
Lovely. Which beach, Mia?
I live near to Dover, so I'm along that part of the coast.
Right, I'm with you. Very nice. Very nice. What's the old weather like down on the coast this morning down there, Mia?
Beautiful, really sunny, and the sea's quite still this morning. It's not rough because there's hardly any wind, so it's a really lovely day.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Absolutely wonderful. I got to tell you, I can't wait to go and get on that plane today in the sun. It's 23.
Oh,
23, and it's going to be clear all week. And I'm right on the beach as well. Right on the beach.
All right, literally. That's enough of that.
Walk out the hotel. There's the brewing bar right there, and then there's the beach, and away you go.
Lovely.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Sorry, I don't mean to rub it in. I'm not rubbing it in. I want the sunshine. I got so much arthritis in me. Do you know what I mean? And like last night, that weather went cold last night, and we had the heating on. And I said to the missus, Jesus, it's cold in here. I was literally, my hands were like this, and I couldn't even move my thumb. All this here, just from the arthritis, it drives me insane. And I just don't get it when the weather's warm. So I like the warm weather.
You're going to have to emigrate to Spain, mate.
Yeah. Well, maybe. You never know. One day.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice. It would be nice.
I remember the last time I went to Spain. Last time I went to Spain, we found an expat who was running a bar. And he said he owned 2 pairs of socks that he might wear like once or twice a year. And that is it. The rest of the time, flip-flops and shorts.
Yeah, I went to Alicante last year, and it's beautiful.
It is.
Such a lovely place to go. Where we stayed was lush because we were right near the beach, and it was more locals there. There wasn't really any holiday people, like tourists there, so it was quite nice and really chilled. Like, it was lovely. I really enjoy going to Alicante. I'll
be going there in November to Benidorm. For the what do you call it? It's gone right out of my head now. Fiestas in Benidorm in November. The missus likes to go to that, so we'll be going there in November, no doubt. It gets very, very, very busy. Never seen so many people in one place. It's mad. It really is mad, but it's the weather will be nice, hopefully.
Funny,
Anyway,
when we went to Alicante at that time of the year, they have like a fiesta, and all the because we stay like in an apartment, and all the apartments around there, they're all having like these parties. They go out and like until late into the pool. They have like a inflatable for the kids to go into onto, and that, and then it goes on till really late. They play really loud music. They have a band. They have everything, man. It's like a proper little like proper party.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what? They go on about the fiestas over in Benidorm. I think you're right, Mia. They do different. There's the main fiesta that they do, and then I think at different times throughout the year, they have all different things going on. You know, for holiday makers and party stuff and whatever. There's always something going on in Alicante and Benidorm and around that way. You know, throughout the year for people to get stuck into. So,
and you know what? The locals are really lovely because a lot of people in those apartments, well, pretty much all of them are Spanish, and they all make the kids feel welcome to come and like, even though we're holiday makers, they're really lovely people. Like, and because we've been there a couple of times, you get to sort of know as well. Like, you get to know everyone like around you a little bit, like your neighbours and stuff that live there. So they're really friendly, lovely people.
There you go. Kate, we won't be long though. I can't do anything about it. I wish I could. But I mean, I'm not the best with, setting stuff up and that. And I don't want to take a laptop with me and balls it all up. So we thought it was just best to leave it for a week as there's no football apart from the Sunderland game. Mark and Nige hopefully will deal with that at the weekend. And then I'll be back Tuesday morning, 14.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I get a day off, but I doubt it, I will come on and do it's not a definite that we're not on for a week. It's because, the boss is on holiday and I'm at work. So you don't want me streaming from the middle of a road getting run over.
Well, it'd be
get
fun,
some views on it though, if I was to get run over on the live stream.
I mean, it would be amusing, but
it would be, wouldn't it?
Gives us like more entertainment.
Probably get some subs out of it. Me being flattened by an Arctic truck.
Can you imagine Sheriff live streaming with his lollipop thing?
It's not always a lollipop thing in my hand, mate. Not always.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Half the time, not.
Fresh cup of tea from the missus as well. What can I say?
Yeah.
Well,
half the time, mate, because we're walking around the field country lanes.
Is it what? What did he say, Steve?
Sheriff trying to walk around the field trying to get signal to do a live stream from the radio.
Remember the time when I was trying to jump on, mate, and you couldn't even hear me?
Yeah.
That's when we shut the road. So I had literally nothing to do.
Yeah.
I was trying to jump on and the signal's that crap.
It is what it is, mate.
That's the trouble, Randy. You go out in the countryside round here, mate. There's no signal. There's nothing.
Do you know what Mark reminds me of? Do you remember the old skit, that programme, when they used to have the giant phone and he used to shout into it? That's Mark trying to shout into his phone when you can't hear him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trigger Happy TV, wasn't it?
Trigger Happy TV, yeah, that's right.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. But it depends where we are. I mean, a lot of the time where I go, I got 5G on my phone. But then sometimes you get a satellite signal. You only got to go about 100 yards down the road, just get satellite. You ain't got no signal whatsoever.
There you go.
It ain't the best round here for all that stuff.
So you might have to go to top of Corfe Castle, Sheriff, and see if you can get a signal up there.
Where? Corfe Castle?
Yeah.
That's miles from me, Corfe Castle.
I know, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
You know, if I go to St Margaret's Bay, my phone actually picks up French signal and my phone will change over because it's so close to France.
Wow.
That's the closest point to France from where we are. So you can see France really clearly. On a day like this, you can see all the buildings, everything. And yeah, your signal actually changes over to French signal. Like, it'll tell you, your phone will let you know.
Yeah.
Mark it out. Oh, Ellie's in. Ellie's in.
Hello. I just had a bit of brandy and lemon juice and hot water, and it sort of helps. I can actually, because I was coughing so much last night, right? But yeah, I recommend. It's like a hot toddy. I think it's a hot toddy or something like that. It's called.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's made me be able to speak. So I thought I'd join you because lovely Mia's on, Steve's on, new lads are on, and Southampton beat Arsenal. Yes, come on.
Ellie, is that why you've lost your voice? Because you was cheering?
Yeah, it's true. I was screaming the handstand. And my husband, because my husband's team lost 4-0 to them earlier this season, and I said, they're bloody good. They're making Arsenal look like the championship team.
There was a couple of Arsenal fans in the pub when I was over there Saturday.
Yeah, is Vindaloo in?
Yeah.
He's gone
Is he
for a
in the
run,
chat?
but he's gone for a run, Ellie. But Pete's in. Pete's still here. Pete Chambers
Yeah,
is still
go
here,
on.
the Arsenal fan. Yeah, Pete's there.
Yeah.
Big up.
Isn't it good when Arsenal lose?
What are
I
you
find it
like?
sad that the only thing we got to look forward to is them losing.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't find it sad. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think so because do you know what? We've always been like that. Even when we've been good, when we've been bad, like we've always been like that with them because as it should be. I love Tottenham with all my heart, and I hate them with all my heart as well.
It's an indictment on our team, though, isn't it? It's an indictment on our team that the only thing we got to look forward to is them bottling something and losing. That's the way I look at it.
I'm with Mia. I don't look at it like that. I will give them grief if we're brilliant or if we're shit. I'll give them it.
Oh, yeah.
It's my duty as a Spurs fan.
They should put it in the calendar like Easter every year, isn't it? Let's put it in the calendar.
Feisty Greek women. We don't give them like they're gonna get it if they lose.
Joe, when my boys were little, one of the things I taught them: who do we love? Tottenham. Who do we hate? Arsenal. From when they were little, when they were really little, man, you've got to teach them.
Dingo, we're coming on to that in a minute.
It's part of their education, isn't it, Mia?
Right.
Yeah.
Let me go back to this question here and we'll get on the football because Dingo's getting frustrated that we're not talking about football and we are a football channel. So there you go. We've done 43 minutes of talking about absolutely nothing to do with football apart from Arsenal. So
they're not even football.
Here's a question. Here's a question for the panel from the Stigmeister. Big up, Stig. He says, morning, lads, and I will add on lasses. Are you both expecting, or are you all, I should say, expecting these players to show up under the Zerbi? I still think some have and will be switched off. So, can Mr. De Zerbi change the fortunes of some of these players that we think are not turning up, people? Anyone can go first.
Now, in my opinion is if they come, they'll get a foot up their arse and they'll be dropped or out the team. That's what he insists on. So the ones that have switched off that we've seen under the last two managers, I think they got no choice. I think he'll have them in a headlock.
Jed Spence looked really scared in training the other day when he was.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe that's what they need.
Yeah.
He bloody should. He needs to drop his attitude. Who the heck does he think he is, man? He thinks he's like some brilliant player that's won it all and been there, done that, and he ain't. And he acts like that, though. He's got no right to act like that with that attitude, in my opinion.
Well, it started under Conte, didn't it? It was Conte, wasn't it? And then it was, he had problems under Ange as well, Frank.
Yeah. How I see it, right? If they don't, right, I'll be bloody going round. The next home game, I'm going to run on the pitch and deck 'em one. Boof. No, seriously though, I think De Zerbi, right? I think what I've seen of him in other clubs, the players absolutely love him, right? And you see the Shakhtar Donetsk players crying when he's leaving, right? And then you had Sandro on Last Word on Spurs the other day saying what a brilliant coach he is, and you warm to him because he loves football. So these players, if they don't turn up, honestly, I'll be so cross. And just one of them, not say 10 of them turn up and one of them doesn't. I'll give that one that didn't turn up. I'd criticise him because your job is to go on that pitch and to try and win for yourself, for your manager and the fans, right? Not even in that order, but I want to see commitment. And if we do lose, but we've tried our best, you can't ask for any more, can you?
I said this on, I think the last show I was on. As long as I go out and give 100%, you can't ask for no more. If we lose, we lose. But as long as you just don't roll over and have our bellies tickled like we normally do.
Yeah, my hope is, right, is that the Zerbis come in and basically made them take a bit of a long, hard look at themselves, because really that's what was needed. They needed to look at themselves and they need to pull their socks up, and he had to get into them about doing something and actually, you know, taking responsibility. And I would have thought the way that he is with his attitude that he would have done that, because he does seem like that kind of guy. You know, I do think he will demand that they take a good, long, hard look at themselves, because he can tell them how to play, where he wants them to play and what he wants them to do. But it's down to them. They should be responsible once they're on that pitch. And I think he's going to say to them, like, don't go hiding. Like, you need to come out and you need to step up. So I think he is that guy for sure.
No, but no, Mark's done it again.
You've got your own professional pride, isn't it?
This has nothing to do with me, the link being put in the chat.
I just hope
your own professional pride, like Mia says. Yeah? Professional pride to go on that pitch and give of your all, right? Not go on the pitch and start hiding behind your marker, not running when you should be running. And we've seen it time and time again in the last, 3 or 4 months. If Frank was here, Tudor was here. There's no manager bounce. They're all hiding, apart from when the pressure's off against Atletico Madrid. They put in a performance. Yeah. Now, players, right, they can be inconsistent. We know that, right? But one thing you can't be is not try. Right, you can be inconsistent in sometimes you just have a bad match, right? But you're still trying. You're still trying, but you just get tackled, or you lose the ball, or you do a bad pass, but you're still trying to affect the game. See, so we want to see them put in 100% effort in, yeah. And like Mark and Mia says, if we lose going down with our heads held up. And the fans will appreciate that. They'll clap them off because they've tried their best.
Yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
I remember.
I'm just hoping we get a new manager bounce.
I used to go a lot in the 90s.
Hang on. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Steve. Let Mark go, and then I'll come to you. Sorry. Go on.
I used to go a lot in the 90s, sort of mid-90s. I went a lot. The team were basically crap, but when they were on the pitch, they gave 100%. Every game. And whenever I used to go a hell of a lot in the mid-90s, always in the Park Lane end, and we'd clap them off the pitch, win, lose or draw, clap them off the pitch. But what we've seen the last few months, especially in the games against Arsenal, we just rolled over and they tickled our tummies. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable to be beat that easily. There was no fight. There was no getting stuck in. There was no effort. That's all you want to see. If we still lose, but you can see the players have run their socks off and they've put the effort in, then you get clapped off. If we just roll over and bloody have our bellies tickled and don't even try, then quite rightly, the fans boo them. Quite rightly, in my opinion.
You could say the same about the 2 games against Spurs though this season as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It was, it's just awful. So, but I'm just hoping we get a new manager bounce. I just want to see us win a game. That I don't care how it is, if it's 1-0, last minute, just something, just to give us that win, that those 3 points, because it's been so blooming long now. I'm just hoping he can get something out of him to just give him a bit of a bounce against Sunderland, because nobody's expecting us to go to Sunderland and win, right? We were expected to win against Forest, and there was pressure, but nobody's expecting us to go to Sunderland and get anything. So if the pressure's off, maybe, So, but I just can't. It's still so long away, isn't it, guys? You know what I mean? It's like another 6 days away yet. So I just hope he gets something out of him, just to give him that bit of a lift that we need, and get 3 points on Sunday, and then we'll just go from there, really. So we've got 1 game a week, so he's got time on the training ground with him. So got no other distractions apart from the league. So
is he? Do you all think he was the best available to get in?
I think so.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because I've listened to a few streams and people saying that he's not that sort of type of manager, relegation manager, if you like, to pull you out of that where we are now. But I look at it, and personally, for me, I think in a way, it was a bit of a coup to get him. Don't get me wrong. It was a lot of money, like a lot of money that they're paying him. But we don't pay the money at the end of the day. And that was the next question I wanted to ask. Spurs have pursued Roberto De Zerbi for a bit. And then they've finally got their man after Frank coming in, after Tudor coming in. Them saying that this is the way that they want to go, the plan, they're going to back him, they're going to give him, the freedom of White Hart Lane, if you like, he's in charge, if you like. Do you all believe that?
No.
We've heard it before so many times, haven't we? So many times.
Okay. I just wondered, because I don't necessarily believe it, but I think they're back so far. Yeah. I just think they're back. All right, I'll change the question slightly. Does it make a difference if we stay up or go down if Enoch back us? Do they have to step in if we go down? Because there's going to be a lot of players that go, and that's when you would see a rebuild or a build as such, because we're probably going to have 7, 8, 9, 10 players that are going to leave the club, and they're going to have to, because if we go down, we can't pay those sort of wages in the Championship. There's a limit to what you can pay.
They'll want to protect their investment, won't they? They'll want to protect what they've put. If your club's worth £4 billion now, you go down to Championship, what will it be worth? £2 billion?
Something like that. Yeah.
And for the sake of £2 billion, if they have to rebuild with, say, £100 million in Championship, maybe £150 million in Championship, it's a lot less than losing out on £2 billion, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Big up to you, Stu, by the way. Thanks for coming in, mate. Big up to Lee. Make sure, if you're in here, get over to Lee there. He's got his own little channel running. It makes his day when he gets a couple of subscribers. So, get over to Lee there. You'll see him as you're looking at the screen to the right of Stu there. Big up to Lee. Get over to him and give him a sub. And thanks to both of you for coming on. Great stuff.
My thing would be if they don't do it this summer, right, and we somehow survive and we stay up, and they don't do it this summer, we won't get away with it for a third season in a row.
No, definitely
There's
not.
no way that we will get away with it for a third season in a row if they don't actually change their attitude and actually invest in the team and get everything right. I know it's going to be hard to do it in one summer, but they need to show that they want to change the direction. Because, like I say, we don't do things right next season. And we find ourselves in the same position again. I don't think we will survive. next year.
The law of averages says if you're down there consistently enough, one time you're going to get out of it. You know, you're not going to get out of it and we'll be down.
Sunderland, they spent years down at bottom, didn't they? They survived season after season, and then it caught up with them as well.
Yeah, it catches up with everybody. It's the law of averages says it's going to catch you out one time or another.
Yeah.
There's a question you're only hearing from Pete. If you go down and Poch shows an interest, would you keep Zerbi or go with Poch?
Keep Zerbi. Why are we going back to the past, man? We need to move to the future. Poch made big mistakes. Poch wasn't this all-seeing that everybody thinks he was. People wear such rose-tinted goggles when it comes to him, and it drives me bonkers. So, no, I don't want to go backwards. I want to move forwards.
I think the media jumped on the bandwagon, didn't they? When Poch did that interview saying, "Oh, I'd love to go back to Spurs one day," the media jumped on it and were like, "Oh yeah, Poch is going to come back. This is who they want. They're going to wait for Poch for the World Cup." I think it was just a load of media hype.
Do you know what? We need to get over our ex. That's our ex, man. We need to stop begging them back. We need to stop begging it. Like, he made mistakes. He told us cups build egos. He told us he was going to leave if he won the Champions League. He played Sonny in a critical game at left wing back. Like, what are we doing here, man? He made a mistake. He played Harry Kane in the final when he should never have played him. He was not perfect. We had fantastic times with him. It was amazing. But we can't keep going backwards and trying to beg our ex back. It's ridiculous.
Can I just say, before I'll leg it out to the loo, can I just say my point on it is I wouldn't mind Poch back, but, massive but, without Enoch.
Yeah,
no Enoch. I wouldn't mind him back then, but not with Enoch in charge.
Everybody knows that I love Poch. Always will do. Always have done. But Enoch crucified him. Enoch crucified Poch.
No,
I don't want him back where Enoch's doing.
Crucified Poch. Let's get it factually right? He had opportunities to win stuff. He got us to that point and he messed up plenty of times to get us over that line, man. He messed up himself as well. He did do things that were wrong, and he basically risked us winning or losing in cup games when we could have got there, and he didn't get us there, and that was down to him as well. There's not just one thing. He made choices. So when people put him on this pedestal, man, I don't get it. Saying that we only want him back if Enoch aren't here. Nah, I don't want to go backwards. We need to move forward and move on. Madness.
I think you've got a better chance of winning some with Zerbi than what you had with Poch. I think Zerbi is the young man's version of Poch.
Yeah.
And I think, look, it's criminal. Can I just say, guys, it's absolutely criminal what's happened at your club. In the last 5 or 6 years, it's absolutely criminal. Yes, I mean, I liked Ange. I won't lie. I thought Ange were brilliant. You know what I mean? But you can't finish 7th. You can't finish 8th. What were you, 17th in table?
17th.
And stick with him. You had to let him go. But I think with Zerbi, I think he's going to keep you up. I really do. We as you know, we played West Ham yesterday. Now, we went through Woolhood. We went through joy to pain to despair, then to winning it in a penalty shootout. Now, what I think is going to happen now is I think West Ham are going to be hurting after that result yesterday, and I think that's going to it's going to have an effect on them when they play Wolves on Friday night. I can see West Ham losing that game, if I'm honest. I really can. I think you'll survive. I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right.
Does everyone else think we'll be all right now? Has everyone's got Stu's confidence that the Zerbi can keep us up now, or is it not so much about him? Is it just about the players?
It's all on the players, but I hope the Zerbi can toes in backsides and get them performing.
There we go.
A manager can only do so much, can't he? When those players cross that white line, it's down to them at the end of the day. So
yeah. But what I would say, when they've crossed the line, right, the manager's still there, instructing them and pulling them to one side if they think You know, they're still influencing the game because they're doing tactical. You saw it with Mourinho, right? So Mourinho is the master tactician, isn't he? Right, and if he sees any of his players not doing what he says, he will be vocal about it. Same with Conte. Pochettino was in between. You know, he's more of a laid-back sort of manager, but De Zerbi's not. You can see he's very animated on the sidelines. So I expect him to influence those players if they're not doing what he's told them to do. So a manager is very important, not just in the dressing room or on the training pitch, but on match day. Yeah, they can really change things around with tactical switches as well and substitutions. So I'm all for that, and De Zerbi's one of those guys who can do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does against Sunderland. You know, especially if we score, because he's a very passionate football man, isn't he? He loves his football. And he comes from Italy as well, and they love their football over there. But they're very they can be very volatile as well. But I think if he sees any players shirking their response, he'll have his say from the sidelines.
Ellie, do you also think with De Zerbi, he won't be frightened to take off the likes of Romero, Van der Ven, if he thinks that they are pulling away? I don't think he'll have a problem just subbing them off. I don't. I think he'll be. I don't think he's going to be. I think he's a no-nonsense manager, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree with you. He'll whoop their asses if they're not pulling their weight.
Look, at the end of the day, we've got to get away from having egos in our squad, right? Yeah. They need to be all on a level playing field, yeah, all going for the same thing, yeah. And for me, if De Zerbi can get them, I'm not so much this season because all we need to do is just get away from the relegation. But going on to next season, if we stay up, you know, I just want to see some of the players, whoever's here next season, get on board with if you like, what he's trying to do. Look, the managers have a massive job, like Ellie says. At the end of the day, they can direct them tactically, do this, do that. They can try and raise their confidence up, you know, in the changing room. I'm sure he'll be putting arms around certain players, telling them they're wonderful, that, you know, I need to get more out of you. You're much better than this. Let's see what happens. None of us will know. I think it was the best appointment, though. That's where I am with it. And I'm like, do you know what? If this geezer with his passion can't get nothing out of this lot, then it really does just show you how bad, as a team, this set of players are. Not individually, because I think individually we've got some very good players. But as a team, for whatever reason it is, and perhaps someone can enlighten me, obviously because they was all bought for different managers, but they're just not a team. I look at them out on the pitch, twice I've seen them this season, and they just don't look like a team to me. But what do you lot think?
Well, then, before anyone starts, I'm going to drop off. You all right to finish the show, mate?
Yeah, I'm finished, mate. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. No worries.
All right, Mark, Sheriff.
All right, Sheriff. I'll see you soon. I'll give you a ring in a bit.
Don't walk into any roads, though, Mark. Be careful out there.
No. There's none of that today.
Get your cheese sandwich in, Mark.
I will do. We'll check it.
And we'll see you live in Cork Castle during the week, mate.
Right on, mate.
See you later, mate. Take care.
Yeah, mate.
Take care. Take care. He's off. He's off. He must have an appointment. He never told me he was legging it.
He's got an appointment. He's got an appointment with Amstel.
he might well have. Time he walks down there, Ali, it'll be about 11:10. So he'll be sorted by then. There you go. Phil says, I'll just bring this one out. A manager can't draw blood from a stone. Spurs bought a lot of these players from relegation fodder, and these players are showing their level. Interesting, Phil. So looking at that, from Phil's comment, I would say Phil's saying that these players just ain't good enough. End of story. And that the 2 years of being down the bottom end of the league is telling us a story. But I still want to sort of, it's part of being a Tottenham fan, I suppose. We are where we are, and I just want to see something different from the new manager and these players. Whether they can deliver it or not, it is a different matter. But for me, I think if he can't do it, then we just deserve to go down at the end of the day. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but you know, if they can't dig themselves out with 7 games to go, and it's not like we're 3 or 4 points adrift, you know, we're still right there. The destiny is still in our hands to get out of it. I don't know. Tell me all what you think.
I've got to disagree. I've got to disagree with Philly. Philly's one of my best mates. We chat every day. Yeah. He's a lovely guy, but I disagree because the manager can get blood out of a stone, right? Maybe other managers didn't, but I think some managers can, right? They can get that extra 20-yard dash. They can get that extra pass that's going to open up a defence with their tactical nonce, and also the way they teach the players. Like I saw Zerbi, right? Everybody was criticising the training session, but I saw him, right, telling players, right, to take the ball on the half turn. Yeah, like he was telling them the shape of your body. Don't go with your back to the ball, right? Turn your body to receive the ball. These little details make a big difference, right? Because I've seen players on our pitch, right, not doing that, right? And that's basic football, right? So I think you can get blood out of a stone, right? And I think a manager plays a massive part in how a team is set up and the way they play together, right? Forming bonds, getting them to gel, getting them to talk to one another, yeah? And communication. There's so much a manager can do that I know from my own personal experience as well. I had a fantastic manager and he gave us motivation to get on that pitch and win the game. Yeah, so I think you can get blood out of a stone, right? So that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah.
Leicester are a prime example of that, aren't they? Leicester with Ranieri. Leicester didn't have the best squad in Premier League that season when they won it, but Ranieri's tinkering got the best out of Jamie Vardy. He got the best out of Mahrez. He got the best out of them players. He got the best out of them to the point where they actually won Premier League, which proves to your point, Ellie, that managers can get an extra 10% out of each player. They can. They really can.
Yeah.
Fair play. Mia or Steve, what are your thoughts on it? Or both of you, whatever.
Yeah, I agree with Ellie. I think that a manager can inspire. A manager can obviously come in and set them up in a way that's more positive. Because when we saw with Frank, you didn't like to go past the halfway line. So there's definitely those things and those elements. And I do think these players are better than what they're showing. We've seen it. We've seen them in moments where they've done it. So I do think these players are better than what they're showing, but maybe they've just not been inspired. Maybe because Frank couldn't inspire me to run a bath. Like, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like, the geezer's like the most wet wipe guy ever. So he ain't gonna be inspiring much. And then obviously we had someone come in short term, and maybe that didn't resonate with them, and maybe that's something we need. Maybe they do need that little push from a manager that's got a bit of inspiration. They have to do it themselves, but they can also be inspired.
Yeah, fair play. Steve, anything to add to that?
I agree with everybody, really. I think I need the right person to come in. So, but I'll tell you one thing: if those players down tools for this manager, they won't get away with it. I know that for a fact. He won't allow them to down tools for him. So, because they'll be left out the side and sold in the summer. It'd be simple as that. He won't want people around that aren't full of course. So, yeah, I'm hoping that it's a 5-year project, but we all know at Spurs it ain't a 5-year project, is it? So,
No.
And also, for someone in the comments, Ghost, who's saying that you can't turn them into world beaters, we're not expecting him to turn them into world beaters. We're just expecting him to sort of get better out of them than what they have been showing, because we know that they can be better than that. Like, you know, we know they've got that in them. Individually, there are some good players in there. So I think that's what you've got to think of. I don't think it's turning them into world beaters. We just need to do the best, like win some games for these last 7 games. I don't think that's a big ask.
Did you anybody else see
true.
the video that he put his Bergbow? He put his arm around Bergbow, and was it Gray as well? He put his arm around him as well and chatted to them too. You see that? No. Anybody else see that?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that.
You know, I can't remember the last manager that done that in a training video, because Frank used to just stand on the sideline. Didn't Frank just get his coaching staff to do the training? He was never involved, was he? Just told them what to do. So, but at least you see the Zerbi in there, like, you know, encouraging them and stuff. I know it was only day one, but that sometimes helps. And apparently reports are coming out that they're quite happy with him. So they said there was a bit of structure to the training or something. I don't know how true that is.
Drewler's, let me just read this out. Drewler's put here, apparently players went home with rave reviews of RDZ first day of training. One player told close friends that it was outstanding, and others bringing glowing reports back about the level of work.
There you go.
There you go. I've seen some, BB. But morning to you, Alex. Hope you're well, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you're right, guys. Hope you're all well and had a good Easter. I just need to just chime in a little bit, because I just think I just sit there and I just think it's fascinating how one thing happens and it changes everyone's mindset. When we were talking about this team, again, reminding people again, the worst team in Europe, 46 defeats and counting, because we ain't getting a win. You know, spoiler alert, we ain't getting a win out of those 7 games. Right, because the same players are still playing. The same players that are saying they're enjoying training for some reason or another. We should be playing for Tottenham Hotspur, enjoying yourselves, trying to work hard to get out of the relegation zone that you put ourselves in already. You know what I mean? You know, that was embarrassing last season. The same thing as well is that, you know, with points per game, needs to improve massively on 0.38 as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how people are excited about the Sunderland game, because I don't see anything changing, because I don't see any footballers in our team right now. I'm being honest with you. Kudos ain't going to be fit.
Not match fit.
He ain't going to be match fit. I'm still looking at, the only hope we've got is maybe Javi Simmons might be told how to play where he needs to be playing, and that's it. But other than that, I ain't jumping up and down about it at the moment. And so, yeah, I'm just a bit... Yeah, I don't know how people are getting so happy about it at the moment, because for me at the moment, Zerbi, maybe right manager, wrong time for me. And I'll still stick by what I say. This it's not about this is not a manager problem. And the whole thing about Frank is doing what other managers do. They get the assistant or get the coach to do the coaching. So I don't really look at it saying it's just this is a player problem as well as an Enid problem, as far as I'm concerned. Which is why now I'm pivoting and saying Enid out, which is the most unrealistic thing coming out of my mouth right now, because we don't live in Disneyland. So, you know, I just don't know where we're getting this energy from. Saying, and listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying you can't. You know what I mean? But I'm seeing the same things. This is not different to what I'm seeing before with fans right now. I saw the same thing with Conte, same thing with Mourinho, same thing with Nuno. I've seen the same thing with Ange Postecoglou, and I saw the same thing with Thomas Frank. Right? It's nothing different to what I'm hearing now. It's just fascinating. It just keeps on rolling every single time. I don't know where we're going with this. You know what I mean? So, firstly, we need to win a game. And then we'll see a parade after that, because I know that we're going to see a parade after that, because we haven't seen a win for this year. You know what I mean? And it's April, you know, in the league, when it's pressure. Yeah, I tell you now, when pressure's put on these players, right, that are feeling good about themselves right now, let's see what happens. Right, I'm hearing people say we need to attack. well, good luck for the defence. If we go defend, good luck for the attack. So I don't know where we're going with this. And the difference was when Conte came in, we had Harry Kane, we had Son, we had Moira that I thought was bang average. Ben, was it? Oh, I forget his name. The Dutch player, right? No, not Van der Vaart. Yeah, he was class, right? Bergwijn, that was it. That was called bang average. And oh yeah, we had Harry Winks. That is no different to bloody Archie Gray. And I still stick by what I say. Yes, he works hard, and you know what? I'll give him that. Right, but that's a lot of that's something coming out my mouth. Don't get used to it. Honestly, I've got to be honest. But happy Easter, everybody. Sorry about that, the honest truth, but that's just coming out my mouth. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Does anyone want to challenge Alex on that at all? Yeah, go on,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to challenge my boy Alex, right? So, Alex, right, everything you said is true, right? No one can doubt that, right? Because we've seen it with our own eyes, all right? The thing is, right, I personally believe, right, that these players can do more, right? They can. I've seen them, Alex. They're hiding. They down tools for lots of different managers. We've seen it, every single manager, right? So I personally think if De Zerbi, right, he's not any different from Mourinho, or they're winners. Conte, he's not in their class, not yet anyway, right? So what he is in their class is football knowledge. He's a footballing man. You can see it, right? You see it at Brighton, the way he had them playing, right? We need to grasp onto something, even if it's a tiny little thing, right? Because we're down in the dumps. We're down in the bloody dumps, right? And we need some inspiration from somewhere, right? And I had privy to watch another training clip that they sent me from the club, right? And this guy, he's got them working hard, right? We have to believe in something, right? If you don't have belief, you've got nothing in this life, right? So I personally think if I see them shirking their responsibilities against Sunderland, I'll be on your case. I'll be with you, Alex, 100%. But I want to see with my own eyes, and everybody else going to see, right? Because we all see games differently as well, but they'll see if the players are giving it, right? So if I see that, because I'm only talking there, I want to see the proof in the pudding on the pitch, right? Because training's one thing, inspiration is another thing, right? Motivation, whatever you want to call it. But if we go on that pitch and we don't give it our all, right, and win, lose or draw, if I see them giving their all, that's one thing. I'm going to be on their side, right, and I'll be on De Zerbi's side as well, because I'll expect that for the next 6 games, right? So I'm sort of pessimistically optimistic, because I know I've seen what you've seen, Alex. I've seen it.
It's not that I want to disagree with you there, Ellie. It's just got to a point where the evidence is clear to me now that they're not going to do it, right? And I'll explain my point why. The games against Atletico Madrid and Liverpool, right? We saw what they're all about, right? When there was no pressure, right? And the teams weren't really at it, let's be honest here, because we've now seen what Liverpool are all about right now, right? You saw, okay, when you give them a chance, you give them loads of chances, they'll take their chance maybe, right? Okay, and you see them playing well when they're allowed to do it. But when the pressure comes against Fulham, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, right? There's maybe another team in there as well, right? They folded. So for me, I think putting more pressure, and the thing is, I think, yeah, they might be enjoying it, but the thing is, though, they're only just starting. These teams that we're playing at the moment, they ain't starting. They've got a system in place already. You know what I mean? The only difference is that there's a bit of an unknown at the moment, but they know what Zerbi's like. And the thing is, though, also I'm going on the record of Zerbi as well. He doesn't do well mid-season. I'm not just talking about Marseille at the moment. I'm not talking about Marseille. I'm talking about Brighton, winning 6, right? And there's another team as well, which I can't remember as well. Okay, so it's just the whole thing is just an absolute. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it, and it's not De Zerbi's fault. It's not De Zerbi's fault. He's just getting what he needs to get because we've been looking like we look desperate. We look like the guy that looks desperate out there to look for someone, and they can't get anyone, so they just go for the. Okay, I'm trying to say that. Maybe I could look at a different example because we've got ladies here, so I'm sorry. I do apologise for that.
It's
Maybe
all right. Alex, you can't talk like that in front of us.
I try to give a different example. I was trying to give an analogy at the moment, a quick analogy, but I couldn't think of it straight away. Quick one, but you get my drift anyway, right? Yeah. So it's like this is where I'm just like, and even if we do stay up. Sorry to people to think I'm miserable at the moment, but we shouldn't be in this position at all as a football club. The way that we talk, some of these top Spurs talk about us, we shouldn't be in this position. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? And so yeah, for me at the moment, like I said, I think the only way forward is a reset for me. I stick by what I say now because. I don't think anything's going to change under this ownership. And again, I don't want to be going on about that because, to be honest, that's just unrealistic thing coming out of my mouth right now because we all know someone selling the business isn't just straightforward like that. It's not like getting a ticket to a boat party or something like that, or sending you some old tat, you know what I mean, that you want to get rid of. You know what I mean? It's not like that selling the business. You know what I mean? Or a football club. So. But the thing is that they've had so many chances, and even when Johan Lang goes, which I don't want to go back to because I want to talk about the football here, or Vinay goes, they'll get somebody else in and they'll mess up again for me. I've seen too many years of this now, I think we just need a full reset for me, but that's just my thoughts.
That means the owners have got to go.
Yeah.
They have to go.
Alex, I don't know if you heard my comment earlier. I don't know if you was watching or not. I said basically if Enoch muck about this summer, if we somehow stay up and survive, and if they don't get it right, which I'm not expecting them to, I said there's no way we're going to get a chance of escape relegation next year because we'll be in the same position again under this ownership because they just don't care. I totally agree with you on that one. So. I said that your third time in a row, if we'll be fighting relegation, we won't survive next season if we survive this season. So I totally agree with you about the ownership. They've got to go. But at the moment, we've got 7 games to save our season, basically, and just somehow stay up and then see what they do in the summer. So see if they do change, but I don't think they will. But we live in hope. So, but,
yeah. Interesting. Look, De Zerbi's here now at the end of the day. He's here for at least 7 games. Let's put it that way. He says he's going to be here for longer. I'm still of the thought. I sort of think he's not sort of. I think he is the right manager. Or sorry, he was the best manager that could come in at the time for me. I see, you see things, and it does remind me a bit of the Pochettino time when Poch came from Southampton, and he was at that sort of right age, mid-40s, getting on 50, learning his bits and pieces. And it does remind me of that a little bit. Whether it will take effect like that, I don't know. And again, he's on a 5-year contract. Does anyone expect him to be here more than 2 years?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so anyway, not unless everything goes right. But, I get what everyone's saying, Alex, and I get you and Phil in the comments. I get exactly what you're saying, but you do have to have, as a football fan, I think, I don't know, a molecule of hope.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They have actually made a right decision, and they have got the right bloke in that does something with these players, whatever that is, and it's enough. And then again, I get what Phil says and Ellie, and if we do stay up, the chances are we're going to be in the same position again next year, because we know, you know, when you look at the whole club, we're talking about the football side, right? But we all know that the whole club's not aligned. And until the whole club from top to bottom has got a plan in their head and they're all going for the same thing, and they're all, you know, that ENIC are buying better players, or whoever's in charge is buying better players, until that happens, you're only going to see that little bit, because you can't get the consistency out of the players we've got. They've showed us that already.
No.
And that's what bothers me with only 7 games left.
Well, I believe in. I do. Sorry to interrupt you, but I do agree with you. I do agree with you about hope in life.
Yeah.
Right, because life's too short. 110%. Right, that would be miserable of me to say there's no hope in life and believe, or you know, have belief in life. 110%. Right, because life's too short. With Spurs, no, done with that. Sorry, honestly, the best policy for me on that one now. That was done a long time ago. That was when I was a kid, and I was done, after Pochettino leaving, right, and getting in Mourinho. That was done for me. That was done. Sorry, like there was too many things that burnt me too many times, like the Harry Redknapp, the Martin Yole bringing in Ramos. The Defoe leaving. Like no, there's too many under the bush there for me. Like so, yeah, it's time now. It's time now for them to start proving it now and start sorting out the evidence and the stat, those numbers. You know what I mean? Until things change in my mind and see some identity that I can identify with. So I actually will care about the football team. You know, I still love it, but identity. Not saying I want Poch back though, because the thing is though, I do agree. Poch coming back for me in this situation, he's a mug.
Yeah.
Sorry, being honest with you. You know what I mean? And he ain't no manager. I don't think was it Zerbi's a manager? That's where I'm concerned at the moment. He's kind of now a manager now, and being a manager and being a coach is two different things for me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, sorry, someone else can speak. I've taken too much time.
But
Alex, always talking, mate. Always talking way too much.
Yeah,
what I would say is that for me, I understand exactly what you're saying about wanting proof, Alex. But the fact is that while we're waiting for that, you want to back your team and have some sort of hope that proof does appear. I guess that's what I think a lot of people are saying. Like they're hoping that proof does happen, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, what's the point of me supporting the team if I'm not going to have some sort of like hope that they will show us that proof? We've been doing that for years. All the years we've supported them. Like, come on, we've been supporting them for years and years, and we've always tried to have some sort of hope in a way, because obviously we're Tottenham in it. So I think that's what it is. I don't think people are getting overly. Well, I'm not overly crazy going about this Sunderland game. I said a draw, so I'm not predicting we're going to go and smash them or anything. I'm hoping that we get a draw. So I think a lot of people are more realistic from what I've heard. I've not heard anybody rave and say go too over the top. But I don't have social media, so I don't follow. I don't have the numpties on like X or anything to fight with about it. So
yeah, you know what? You're right, Mia. You are. But with Alex, right? I can get where he's coming from, because Spurs have burnt our bridges, right? And they've burnt Alex's bridges. Right, he's trying to get to that place where he feels that there is some hope, but he just looks at what we've done over the last 25 years under ENIC, and we've flattered to deceive. Right? Yes, we've had some great players. Yes, we've had some great times in terms of our play, but it hasn't amalgamated to trophies, right? And we've only had 2 managers who've delivered, right, a trophy, and that was Juan Ramos and Ange Postecoglou, right? In 25 years, right, we've been close to winning the league under Poch twice, right? And we've seen, like I said, we've seen some beautiful footballers, and we should have won more, right? But ENIC always stop us in our tracks, right? They don't strengthen from positions of strength, and they don't strengthen from positions of weakness, right? And they're at fault, right? The players, yes, right? Obviously, they got to give their or what they can give every single game, and we haven't seen that in the last, well, since Poch left. But even when Poch was here, we went 10 months without winning an away game. People forget that. 10 months, right? So it hasn't all been sweetness and light when we had Poch as well, right? And I'm with Mia in terms of we can't look back. We've got to look forward, right? And I'm with Alex about bringing Poch back now in this shit show under Enoch, right? I know he was under Enoch before, but he built a team, not a squad. They didn't give him a squad. They didn't give Conte a squad. So they've got to back up their ideas. And the proof is in the pudding now. If we stay up, right, Alex said reset. So we're going to either have a reset in the Championship if we go down, or reset in the Premiership, right? Either way, it's gonna be two different things, isn't it? Because we're not going to attract those same players in the Championship that we can in the Premiership. So it's going to be two different scenarios. So all we can do is, like Mia said as well, is hope that our team actually does turn up and plays for this manager. But we haven't seen any proof, like Alex said, for 25 years. We've seen disappointment apart from two. Yes, we've had great moments with the Champions League final and that, right? And we've seen the great players, but we want to see us successful, a successful club. We're a big club. We should be winning more, right? And I just feel we've got to go on that pitch against Sunderland and show what we're worth, show our worth. Because I know these players are better than what they're showing, but they've got to do it consistently. They have to do it consistently. And they haven't. For 2 seasons now, we've seen them fail us. And I can agree with Alex, because he's been stung too many times.
Yeah.
Can I just say something, though, going back to what Alex said, if you don't mind? You said, Alex, that you want to see change. You want to see change, right? Now, I've watched a fair few Tottenham channels, and basically what they're all saying is Romero's going to go, Van der Ven's going to go, Vicario's going to go. So if them 3 players go, you're going to see change anyway, because they're going to have to replace them. Do you see what I mean? And hopefully there'll be other players on fringe team who will also go. You need to make sure that you sign Paulinho. I think Paulinho's a be a good signing if you can sign him permanent. But I do think you will see changes come into the season, regardless of what division you're going to be in.
I think the problem is, though, is that, and I think that's a good point you're making, is that the players that are going, whether they've been indifferent this season, are we going to get players that are similar or similar quality to them, or are we going to get somebody with a plan? You get what I'm saying? At the moment, I don't see a plan. You see what I'm saying? And because I knew Van der Ven was looking to leave a long time ago, especially when he scored that goal against what's his face, Copenhagen, in that Champions League. As soon as that goal went in, I sat there and thought, right, okay, he's gone. He's gone. You know what I mean? He ain't doing that in the Champions League, and no one's taking notice. No one. And then I was hearing people saying, "Oh, when you sign a new contract, bro, his head's out the door." You know what I mean? You should be more angry with the football club for not looking for a placement for him than Van der Ven leaving. You should be more angry with the football club for not looking for replacements right now, planning for his exit and looking at what alternatives and looking at a strategy right now than looking at Van der Ven leaving. So that's just normal. That's just normal.
Be Vuskovic and Danzo, won't it, next season?
I don't mind Danzo. I really don't mind Danzo. I know Danzo's got his faults. There's a video. I was on Durad Diaries, and everyone was saying, "Oh no, why are you talking about Danzo for captain?" I said, "Well, he's consistent. He's a voice, and he normally gets you a 7 out of 10 most games. Yes, he's not great on the ball, but he gets you. He's no flashy defender. No, he isn't. But he gets the job done. He's a Michael Dawson. He's a Michael Dawson.
Yeah,
like I said on my channel.
That's a good analogy.
You know what I mean? So for me, I've got no problem with him at all. I think he's been unlucky when he's been out the team, to be honest with you. Yeah, he
he's
makes
deserves to
mistakes. He
play.
does 100%. I'm not saying, I'm not bigging him up like, I'm not going to go into the rooftops about him. No, I'm not. I'm just saying he's a good team player in defence and he gets the job done.
Yeah.
But we need players. I think someone said it on a show one time. The players at the moment just don't work well together at the moment, and I don't think you can just get a man. I just think the combination at the moment with the players that we've got at the moment just do not work at all. Right? And it's not a team that really. It's a mixture of too many athletes and not too many footballers, right? With the egos, I think it's just the wrong sort of combinations at the moment. And that's why we're finding ourselves where we're finding ourselves at the moment. You get what I'm saying? I know people say that we won that Europa League, but I think that was more to do with the facts and situation what we were in at the moment. The fact that we didn't have any threat of relegation, the fact that Ange knew he was leaving. He knew he was leaving, right? So I just think the whole thing culminated into what happened at that time, and my thoughts on certain things that happened. Certain people will say what they said. I've had my own thoughts of what happened, and people must know by what I've said on my channel anyway. So I'm not going to go back there. But I think it's just a whole combination. The whole thing is that the mixture of players are just not gelling at all. And I think that's why we're finding ourselves in this situation at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. On that Europa Cup, right, I'd like to add something to what Alex said, right? We won that Europa Cup for three main players, right? Not Van der Ven off the line. Romero, Basuma and Bentancur won us that Europa Cup, right? Because if you watch it back, because I've watched it back quite a few times, when you're in the game, you're sort of on edge, aren't you? Right? And I was at that stadium watching it, right? But you're on edge, so you're not looking at everything, right? But when you watch it back, you see Romero, Bentancur and Basuma, they were fabulous in that game. They were like defenders, midfielders, block, low block, high block, everything block, right? Especially Romero, because he got the man of the match. He was fabulous, right? And he does turn up when it's the big event, right? He does. He's that big event player as well. But what we need to do is see that Romero. Yeah, we need to see that Romero in the next 7 games. And I believe we will. We will see him step up. Yeah, and he's our captain, so he's got to pull everybody together. But that's my take on the Europa Cup. Those 3 players were fabulous. Yes, Van der Ven gets all the plaudits, but for me, those 3 players get my plaudits.
Oh, can I just add as well, Richie? Because I thought Richie worked his absolute ass off for that game.
Yeah.
He really did work hard.
Yeah,
He was everywhere, and he's also an antagoniser, and he definitely got under their skin a little bit in that game, same as what Romero did. And we needed that little bit of edge, and they definitely gave us that bit of edge. He's not a great player. I'm not saying Richie's a great player overall, but I think for that game, he really did step up.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Richie at all, but you know my feelings on him. But he has been our best player.
He gives his all.
By default, the last how many games? Because whenever he comes on, he causes chaos. But that just shows you where we are as a team at the moment. If Richie's our best player, I mean, honestly, where we're going with this? Honestly, I hadn't missed Birdland.
Honestly,
bloody hell, what we doing here? Honestly,
do you know, Alex? When I think we were in the area 252 together, where they don't sit down, they stand, right? And they absolutely adore Richie in that area. They love him because he gives his all. It's not because they rate him as a player, it's because he gives his all. Yeah? Whatever he's got, he'll give, Richie.
And also, Ellie, it's good to have in a relegation battle because he's been there before with Everton.
Yes, very, very true.
Well, this was another question I was going to ask, because you've got your teams down the bottom that almost know they're going to be around, in and around the relegation thing, and there's teams that I don't know, that they almost know it's coming, if you like, or it could come, and they're prepared for it. Now at Tottenham, you don't or wouldn't see us in this situation. Is it a big I don't know, advantage for teams like, no disrespect, Stu, by the way, your Leeds and your West Ham and even your Nottingham Forest and so on, that they would expect to be down there as such, so they're prepared for it, whereas we're not. You know what I mean? Is that an advantage for those teams? Do you believe?
Well, we our expectations were finishing 17th or better. That were our expectations when we come into Premier League this season.
Yeah.
But look, Leeds are out of this relegation battle. They're not. They're really not. We're right in it, because the problem we've got is a bit like you. We can't score goals. Cookie, do you know what I mean? We're all right in the defensive. We're all right in midfield up to the final third. Then it just breaks down for Leeds 9 times out of 10. But we're ready. I thought we were gonna. I thought there were a good chance of us getting relegated this season before the season even started.
And do you still think you could go down, Stu?
Yeah,
as in, is it possible?
Any Leeds fan who says that they're not going to go down are living in a fantasy world, because at the end of the day, you know, that were our first. The 2 goals we scored yesterday were his first 2 goals in open play in the last 5 games. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin still hasn't scored in about 9. Is it about 8 games now? He hasn't scored in. And he's our main talisman. So, yeah, I still think Leeds can go down. I do. I still think we're involved. You know, we've got Man United coming up. We play the Monday, the following a week today against Man United. We won't beat Man United at Old Trafford. We never do.
I've got to jump in a minute, guys, but my last thing would be, if we drop into that relegation zone before we play, because if West Ham beat Wolves, we'll be in that bottom 3, right? What have these players got? What fight have these players got to get us out of that situation?
And that was my question as well. Yeah,
I've said it already. I've said it already. As soon as we go into that relegation zone when West Ham beat Wolves, we ain't getting out. I'm sticking to what I say.
I feel like that. I do. I've got to say.
No,
because at the moment
because it's a different pressure. I'm sorry, Zerbi's never been in there. I'm sorry, he's never been in this situation before, right? And West Ham are fighting. Leeds, whatever you say about Leeds, are fighting. I do not see it with Tottenham. I don't care whether you got a new manager and they feel like they're on holiday, right? This is no holiday right now. This is real time now. You know what I mean? So for me, as soon as we get into that relegation zone, if West Ham let us off, okay, fair enough. There's a different argument there. But if as soon as we get in that relegation zone, I don't see us getting out, because we don't get wins. I've put it on my channel. I don't see any wins out of those 7 games. I think we'll give Chelsea a game, and I think we'll give Aston Villa a game, and I think we definitely will give Leeds a game, right? But I just think we'll get letting too many goals and not score enough chances. I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel at the moment, especially with the midfield we've got at the moment.
I've got to shoot anyway, but great being on with all of you. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you later, and hope you have a good holiday, Cookie.
Yeah, I will do, mate. And make sure, hit your bell. 14th of April, we'll be back, Steve. All right, 9:30 on the Tuesday morning. There you go.
All right,
thanks,
guys.
Steve.
Take care now. See you later, mate.
Cheers, Stevie. Time, mate.
Bye.
Don't you love fans like Steve who sit on here on a show in the morning just so they can get their views across? I love it. I love it. I think it's great. Absolutely brilliant. Big up to you, Steve. Thanks for coming on, mate. Listen, we're going to wrap up soon. Is there anything else that anyone would like to say about their specific clubs? Because obviously I know Stu and Lee are Leeds. And they do follow Tottenham a lot along as well, but they are Leeds supporters. Listen, I'm away for a week. Are we beating Sunderland, or are we getting something at Sunderland in De Zerbi's first game? There we go. Last question of the day.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'll get a draw at least.
Interesting, Stuart. Yeah, and is that just down to they're going to show the effort on the day, Stu, type of thing? Square pegs in square holes, back to basics, that type of thing.
Basics, back to players playing in their original positions, what they know where they're playing, and also Zerbi. I think they'll want to impress Zerbi, and also if these players like Romero, Van der Ven want to go, they've got to put in a shift to attract attention from other clubs to come and buy him.
Yep, fair dues. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm going to go. Go on, Mia.
I said I already said 2-2, so I think we're going to get a draw from it.
Fair
and I'll
play.
stick to that.
Fair play. Draw. Alex, what do you think?
You go first, ladies.
Ellie first. Sorry, Ellie.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go on what Ange Postecoglou said, right, which is stuck in my mind so much, right? He said, you can let me down, you can let the fans down, but don't let yourselves down.
Yeah.
Right? I really like those words because as a former player as well, I go on there for my own personal pride and for my team's pride. Right? So you're not just playing for yourself, you're playing for your teammates as well. And if you shirk your responsibilities, just one player out of sync can lose you the game. Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they're not on it and they lose the ball and then they go and score. Right? So I really feel that we can get something, but I think it's going to be a draw as well. So I don't think we've got enough to beat them. And they're a very good team. They work as a team. Yeah. What they lack in quality in terms of, star players or whatever, they haven't got one, right? But they work as a team. So I think a draw. I'm going to go with Mia, 2-2 draw. Yeah. And I hope to see a really good 2-2 draw where we've given our all as well and played as a team.
Fair play. Alex, then.
Draw.
Oh.
I don't. I think you'll see a bit of a lift in the team. Whether that's going to be good enough or not, I don't know. Well, I don't think it will be good enough because I think West Ham will win before, so I'll put more pressure on Tottenham. But I think we'll scrape a draw at the game. I don't know who will take the lead, but I'm on the same wavelength as everybody. Mia and Ellie. I think a draw at the moment, and then I think the pressure will come when Brighton come to town. I think that's where we're going to see what happens then, because our home record is only 2 home wins this season. I think that's worse than bloody Sheffield Wednesday. Another stat that just shows damning stat against Tottenham right now. So yeah, I think that's where we're at the moment, really at the moment. So yeah, I think to answer the question again, a draw.
Fair play. I suppose that leaves me then, doesn't it? Hey, here we go. I think we win 2-1, right? And the reason I say that is because we can't win a game at home. I think the pressure, right, let me just let Ellie back in again. Where is she? There she is.
Sorry, I keep on dropping out. Sorry, and I couldn't even hear what Alex said.
It's all right.
You're doing the okey pokey, Ellie. It's like the okey pokey, in out.
It keeps on muting people. I don't know.
I'm not touching any. I'm not touching anything, Ellie. I promise. I promise. I'm not touching anything. Only press the button to let people back in. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll carry on. 2-1. I think we're going to win. I think. You can say I'm being delusional. I just like Zerbi. I don't expect him to bring his philosophy in as so much this year. My reasoning is on it. I just don't think these players can be as bad as they've been over the last 3 months, with so much at stake, with a manager that does seem to get into players a bit, and we can only see what happens at the end of the day. But I'm going for the 2-1 win. I think we might nick a win, and it'll take a bit of pressure off us. But we'll see. We will see. Sorry for being so positive, everyone.
Delusional cookie, delusional.
Delusional, absolutely. Last time I said we'd win, I think we got stuffed as well. So
the thing is, Cookie, if West Ham beat Wolves,
yeah,
and we beat Sunderland, we're in the same spot. We're still just 1 point ahead of them.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So we need West Ham to lose.
Yeah.
But the difference is, Ellie, is that we won. That's the thing. So then we'll see what happens after that, because I think that's where I think that's where the issue is at the moment, isn't it? Confidence, isn't it, with the players? So,
belts.
We need a win. We need a win, don't we? You know what I mean? And I think that's where we're at the moment as a club, isn't it? So I'm talking too much. Go on, Cookie. Sorry.
No, you're go on. You can keep going. You can keep talking, people. It's fine. You know, we don't have to go right now. If you've got things to say, get them off.
Don't tell him that. We'll be here all bloody day.
You know what, Alex? You're a good lad. You are. You're a good lad. But it's not even waffle. It's like coming from your heart how you see Spurs.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
I've got a channel myself, so I can use I can talk more on my channel. You see what I'm saying? I can use my channel.
You've got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. Have you heard that song?
I've got my channel. Mr. Box Office TV, so I can use that. You know what I mean? This is for you guys. You know what I mean? More.
And if you don't know, get to know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I was
Or go to Sainsbury's.
What we will do before we go is that, as you know, I am not good with technology, and Stu's been putting in this, that, and the other for me, as he does. But I just want to give you all a bit of a shout out before we go, so you can all just shout out your own bits and pieces, what you're doing, just so people can find you. Start with Mia, and we'll work round to Stu and work our way round. So Mia, you go first. Just let people know where you are and what you're doing and that type of thing at the moment.
Yeah, I've got my channel, Tottenham's Lone Wolf. I don't do lives, I do pre-record. So if everyone can get over there, subscribe and watch the videos, the full videos, though. Don't just watch it for 2 minutes and then click off, because it just ruins the algorithm. So if you're going to watch it the whole way through. That goes for everybody's videos. Don't just watch 2 minutes of them and then just comment, because that just ruins the algorithm for everybody who does videos. So, yeah. And if you don't know, get to know, go and sub to Alex as well.
There you go. So that's Mia done. Stu, where can everyone find you and Lee?
Lee Statham TV. He does his he's doing recordings at the moment, but he my wife's been poorly, so it's been very hard to commit to doing live shows. But my stepdaughter's coming up to help out, so hopefully in summer he'll be able to do a few live shows. But yeah, so get over to Lee. But we don't do it for views. We don't. Do you know? Like, I ask people in here to like and subscribe, Cookie.
Yeah.
You watch any of our videos? I've never asked anybody to do it. Never.
There you go. See.
Never.
Big up to you, Stu. Big up, but everyone can get over to Lee's channel, Lee Statham TV. Get over there and smash Lee a sub, and let him get out there, as they say. Alex, you're next. We come around that way.
Firstly, I need to say, please, people subscribe to Lone Wolf, Mia. I may not agree with a lot of things, especially about Pochettino. Certain things about Pochettino, what she says, but certain things I don't. But the thing is that about Mia, she's real. She says it how it is, and she's a good debater. And she's a badass. I know that might come back bad, but you know what I'm trying to say anyway. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing, you know what I mean? So, people should subscribe to her, and it's a criminal that she's not over 1,000 by now. She's a criminal, absolute criminal. So you should subscribe to her 100%. We should subscribe to Lee and Stu as well, and subscribe to and appreciate Ellie, and subscribe to this beautiful channel, 2 Mark's show as well. On Mr. Box Office TV, I think you got a bit of a clip, a bit of a thing. What happened? My last release published thing today, a couple of days ago, about a diss track. That's gonna be more of that, because I'm getting a bit of a thing about it right now. It's a bit of a thing right now in the Tottenham fan base, dissing people right now. I'm doing diss tracks right now. I'm doing tracks like that and creativity and all that now, because there's nothing really to see right now with Tottenham Hotspur. Let's be honest here, you know what I mean? Rinse and repeat content every single day, boring as hell when you've done it for 6 years, 7 years, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? So it's Mr. Box Office TV, you know what I mean? Rinse and repeat, rhythm, diss tracks coming soon. And just keep watch and stay tuned, and that's it. And if you don't know, get to know, and you should know, and that's it. Back to you, Cookie. I'm done.
And all content creators beware, because he's going to come for you with a diss track. So be careful. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you're saying.
Yeah.
Big up to Deji, and big up to Elijah, and big up to my boy Catch Up as well. Because to be honest with you, it started the thing. It started the trend, and also big up to Spurs Kings TV, Asthmatic and Marlon. Yeah, they're my boys every single time. You know what I mean? And big up to Danny for being absolute deluded. You most deluded boy in that chat right now. You know what I mean? Big up to him anyway. Every single time. That's you, Marky. I'm done. Mark, I'm
Nice
done.
one, mate. And we'll move on to Ellie. Ellie, tell us where we can find you and what you're up to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Right. So you can find me at TikTok, especially because I do lots of takes for Spurs, bigging up Spurs past history mainly. Right. And I dig out Arsenal because I did one this morning, which was brilliant. Is one of Mickey Flanagan. They're not Arsenal, are not just at, they're at. I love it. Right, so you can find me at Queen Ellie Coyce over on TikTok. So whatever you want to do, any support would be lovely. And then you can find me on Instagram at my name, Ellie Kakaratos. As everybody knows, I'm Greek or Greek Cypriot. And you can find me on X at Spurs Are My Passion, because they are. There you go. And my hook is at Queen Ellie 30, because for a little while I was with Bentoncourt when my Hoybier left, and I went to Bentoncourt, and then I jinxed him. He was playing shit. He was running. I was a right box, so I've kept the 30 there though, and look what has happened to him. So I have to change it today, because if I take the 30 away, he'll come back from injury. There you go. You've got to have a laugh, otherwise you're going to cry, isn't it?
Of course you have. Great stuff. Well, thanks to everyone for being on today. Anthony was on earlier as well. If I missed anyone who's been on and off today, people, I can't remember. Anthony.
Steve.
Been on. Steve's been on as well. Big up. So get up to over to Anthony as well at Dr. Tottenham Therapies. Nearly 100 subs now. Big up to the box office. He's jumped off. So big up to you, Alex. Thanks for coming on, mate. Let me just click on that one there. There we go. Mia, Ellie, Stu, Lee, thanks so much for being on this morning. You've made the show again, you lot, as usual. The two marks will be back on Tuesday, April the 14th. I'm off on holiday for a week. The sheriff's at work. So I get back late on Monday night, and I will be here for the Tuesday morning, April the 14th, the breakfast brunch. I do believe that Nige and Sheriff are sorting out a watch along for the weekend, so they'll deal with that. If you don't see anything, give one of them a dig, give them a text, and tell them to get it sorted out. That's all I can say. Thanks everyone for being in. Everyone in the chat, as usual. Big up to you lot. Thanks for you for being here.
Rookie, you deserve it, mate.
Thank you very much, Ellie. Thank you. Appreciate that. And me. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Appreciate it. We'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Happy holidays. Have a great day today. And as always, come on, you Spurs.